This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Hello, guys. Good afternoon or good evening, as per your time zones and location. Let us quickly start the session. So, now we are going to talk about awk command. But before that, let us go back to our previous command and discuss few things. See, guys, in our yesterday's session, we saw that we use these things in order to get our result. See, I just wanted to see the second field. So what I did, I used a command free minus m. Then we set grep for the memory line, and we have converted irregular space into normal spaces. And then we used cut command to use single space as a delimiter and display second field. Now, if I can tell you that all these commands, grep command, xargs command, and cut command, can be replaced by one single powerful command, which is nothing but awk command. So let me show you how can we use awk command to cut multiple spaces, right, into this thing. Acha, before that, let me come back to that place where we have kept our notes, not like this. Let me open this with Notepad. Okay, so we discussed few things related to cut command. Now let us try to talk about awk command, how it is superior than cut command. See, awk is also used to cut the output into columns, but it can do little more. What cut command can never do. First and the foremost important thing is awk can handle any type of space. See, any type of space means it can be single space, it can be tab space, it can be regular spaces, or it can be irregular spaces. If there is a space, it can handle by default, right? So this is the first and foremost benefit of awk command. Secondly, awk can be used for reading a file, like how we use cat command, right? And it can also be used, right? Can be used to filter the output like grep command. Not exactly or perfectly like grep, but few part of grep can be easily done by using awk command. So what I'm trying to tell you, let me show you. For example, here I am having a file. For example, I have a file called names.txt. Suppose I want to read this file. So I can use awk command for reading it. See, the syntax of awk goes like this. I'll say awk followed by action codes. See, whatever you want to do with awk, you have to mention within this single code. In awk, we call it as action codes, where you specify what would you like to do. And whatever you want to specify, you have to specify within parentheses. For example, I want to print the file. So I'll say print. Print what? Print this file names.txt. So you see, it is making you read this file. How we go with cat command. See, cat is very simple, but even here I can use awk command to read a file. For example, I want to search a string and print it. Maybe I'm not interested to see all. Suppose I'm only interested to see my user out of it, right? So I can mention the same thing here, but in a different manner. See, to search anything, you have to use two forward slash, and within that you have to mention what is the thing you want to search for. For example, I'm looking for a word called my user. So you see, when I hit enter, it is searching the word in the file, and if that word is found, it is printing for me. From which file? Names.txt. So like grep, you can search a word and print it on the screen using what? Using awk command. So you see, I have replaced grep here. Not completely. Grep is very great command, in depth, many things are there. Awk cannot do all that thing, but at least awk is able to search a string and print it for you, right? So by using awk command, I am searching a word and then I'm printing it, right? So this is the way how you can search a word and print within a file. Now, let's talk about how awk can be used like cut command, right? It can also cut the output into columns. So as I'm telling you that awk can use awk can handle any spaces. But if there are no spaces, maybe there are some special characters like colon, comma, semicolon, dollar hash, at the rate, right? So same thing like what I have shown you in the previous cut command. Same thing here also, you can use something as a field separator, right? So let me mention it properly. I can say that over here we can use some field separators. What are those? Colon, semicolon, and all, like what we have used in uh, cut command. But in cut command, we have called it as delimiter. Here we call it as field separator only, right? We don't call it delimiter here. In cut command, we call it as delimiter, but here we call it as field separators, right? And to use field separator, you have to use an option hyphen capital F. And over here, right, the fields or columns are represented by dollar, right? That means first field you have to call it $1, second field $2, third field $3. And the most beautiful part is you can directly go to the last field. Suppose I have 10 column and straight away you want to go and see 10th column. So there is an option here called $NF. NF stands for nth field or last field. Directly it will take you to the last field. Let me explain you how it works out. See over here, if I take a file, maybe mail.txt. See in mail.txt, here there are spaces. So as I've told you, if there are spaces, you don't have to set any delimiter. Any type of space awk command can handle by. So I can simply say awk action codes, and here I can use parentheses and say print. Print what? Maybe I would like to say just to print first field. From which file? Mail.txt. So you see it is very easily cutting it and showing you. Suppose you want to see second field, so you can say $2. Suppose you want to see the last field, then you can say NF. Or maybe you want to see first and last field, so you can say $1 comma $NF. So you see it is showing you first field and last field. So if your file is having spaces between each column, then you don't have to set any delimiter. By default awk can handle. But suppose if I am having something like this, etc password, like here, every field is separated by colon. So I need to set colon as a field separator or delimiter. So in this scenario, I'll go for pipe. I'm sorry, what went wrong? Okay. I'll say pipe and then awk. See, awk, I need to tell that what field separator would you like to set here. So I'll say set the field separator as colon. The thing that is separating each field you have to mention here. Here, everything is being separated by colon. So I'm telling awk command that wherever you find colon, consider it as beginning or ending of the field. And then I'll go with action code and I'll say print. Print what? Oh, I need to also use parentheses here. I need to say print $1. So you see it is showing you first field. Suppose you want to go with NF. So I'll say show me last field. Or suppose you want to go with fifth field, $5. So like that, what you can do is you can replace cut command with awk command to cut the output into columns, as awk has many benefits over cut command. See, when we talk about cut command, it cannot handle irregular spaces, but awk can handle it very well. And whereas if we go with cut command, right, cut command cannot search a particular line within a file or something like that. But where here, if you are looking for any word, you can even search it with awk command. So awk has many benefit. And if I just take you to man pages of awk, you see it says awk is nothing but pattern scanning and processing language. So guys, itself it is an ocean where we have too many things to learn with, right? Even in your manual, I have mentioned few things. So I would like you to read the manual and get more knowledge on awk. I'm just trying to show you the things that are useful within our scripts whenever you are trying to work with. Now let us come back to our command what we used last time. See, I used a command free minus m, then we used grep for memory. Then I used xargs to convert irregular space into regular space. And then I use cut command with the delimiter space to see field number 2. Now same thing if I want to replace with awk. See, I'll say free minus m. When I say free minus m, many things are coming. I'm just interested to see the line that has a word memory. So what I can do, I can ask awk command to search that for me. See, I can use single quotes to search anything. You can use two forward slashes. Between that, you can put a word memory. So you see what it is doing. Awk command is only printing that line that has a word memory. Now in this, I want to go with second field. See here it is irregular space and we understood very well that awk is master in handling any type of space, whether it is regular or irregular, does not matter. So in this scenario, I'll be using print what? $2. Show me only second field. So you see, I got the same result which I got by using free minus m and lots of command. Same thing I have replaced by one single command awk. I don't have to use grep command here. I don't have to use xargs commands over here. I don't have to use cut command. All three has been replaced by one single powerful command awk. So with awk, I have searched for the line, and in that line, I simply asked it to print the second field, or maybe I can say print the third field or print the fourth field. Like that, it can do. And one more thing, what awk can do and which cut command can never do. Suppose I want to explain what is this number. It is total memory. So I would like to print a message in the output that this is nothing but total memory. So here you can say print. Print what? You can use double quotes. And within that you can mention your phrase. For example, I would like to call it total memory is equals to. So you see, it is printing that result with some message which cut command can never do. Cut can only print the output. It cannot add any message to it. But here by using awk command, I am able to add some phrase to my output. I'm explaining that what this output is all about. Same way, if you are using some, what I can say, table, you want to put heading or footer notes, that also you can do. I have mentioned those things within your manual. So I would request you to go through with the manual and try to find more on awk command. This much what I have explained you, that is more than enough while dealing within your script. But anytime if you want to learn more, you can go with man pages, info pages, or few extra things I have kept in your manual which you can work around. But this much is most important. At least this much you should know compulsorily if we want to go with scripting. Because when we go with scripting, mostly you will see we will try to avoid cut command and we'll try to use awk because awk has better options when compared to cut command, right? Okay. Now let me show you one more command without which our scripting will be useless. What is that? It is sed command. See, sed stands for stream editor. See, it is very much similar to your text editors, what we have learned in the basic classes like VI editor or VIM editor or any other editor, Nano, Gedit, whatever it might be. So same thing, you can also use sed command to edit something in a file. That's the reason it is called as stream editor. You can search a stream, you can search an expression, and you can make some changes into that expression. Now let me explain you one scenario where you will find out that how important sed command is, right? So sed is called as what? Stream editor, right? Suppose guys, you are creating a script to install some packages, these, that, or maybe you are configuring FTP server, or maybe you are configuring HTTP server and you want to do it through scripts. See, you remember when we deal with FTP server to allow anonymous upload, we will uncomment a particular line, and to allow block some user, we will edit some file and put the names of that users, right? So do you think using script, if you want to edit a file, will you be able to use VI editor? Suppose by using script, I want to uncomment a line in a configuration file. I want to search, is it commented or uncommented? If it is not commented, I want to comment it. So can you do that activity using uh, normal editor, VI editor or VIM editor? Do you think your editors are so intelligent, your script is so intelligent that it can say VI, edit the file, go to specific line number and comment it, then press escape, then type colon, WQ exclamation. Can you do all these activities while working with script? See, it is not possible. In scripting, you cannot use VI editor. If you use VI editor, manual intervention is needed, and that is not a scripting. So through scripts, whenever you want to edit a file, believe me, guys, there is no other option other than stream editor or sed command. What we saw in the basics is only one of the smallest part of stream editor, right? But stream editor can do a lot. What is that? Let me first highlight it. See, stream editor can be used for reading a file like how we do with your cat command or even awk command. Let me show you. See, here we have a file mail.txt. I want to read it with sed command. Very simple option is there. You have to say sed print a file. Which file? Mail.txt, for example. So when I run this command, you see, it is printing the output, that is fine. But each line is repeated twice. This is a small problem with sed command. Each line by default it will print twice. So maybe I don't want to see two times. I just want to see as it is. So you can say sed hyphen n, no duplicate entries. Just print one line at a time. That's it. I don't want, if it is repeating in the file, show it twice, but don't show twice by default. So you see this time, instead of showing each line two times, it is printing as it is, the way the file is. So hyphen n over here specifies no duplicate entries, printing the output as it is, only in one time with no repeated entries by default, right? And it can also be used for searching the string. Suppose you wanted to search a string like grep command again, right? Here sed command can be very closely used like grep command. There are many options which are very much similar to grep command. Suppose if I want to look out for a word within a file, maybe I'm interested to see a line which contains a word called auto. So I can say sed hyphen n, right? And you can use the single quotes here also, and you can say search a word. What word? Maybe I'm looking for a word called auto. If you found that word, what to do? Print it. From which file? Mail.txt. So you see in this file, wherever the word auto is found, that word it is searching and printing for us, right? And maybe you want to search two things instead of one thing. Then same like grep, you can say sed search for an expression auto, print it. One more expression, search for it and print it. For example, maybe I wanted to search for another word seems. If it found, printed. So you see both the lines. Okay, it's not seems, it is seem. Right. So you see it is searching two words within your file and printing both the lines. So as I told you that sed can be very much closely working like grep command. So first benefit is you can read the file. Second benefit, you can search a particular word and print it, right? Now, let me go for the third benefit, what grep can do. See, grep can search and replace strings or streams, words, whatever you are looking for. For example, if I read this file catmail.txt, suppose there is a word here seam. Maybe I want to change it with another word seems. So how can I search and replace a word using sed command? This we have seen earlier. So I'll say sed command search a word seam and change it with other word seems. In which file? In mail.txt. So you see wherever the word seam is there, it has been replaced with another word seems, right? So this is the way you can search and replace the character. See, it won't affect your file obviously, but I can make the changes in output. I'll also show you if you really want to apply this change in the file, what option you have to use with sed command, I'll show you. For example, I'll show you here only. Suppose I want to search a word seam and change it with another word seams. So wherever the word seam is there, it has been changed with seams. Now maybe I want to insert this change. I want to apply this change. I'm sure I've done with testing. So you can say hyphen I. When I say hyphen I, the change will be inserted into that file. So you see earlier it was seam, which has now been changed with another word seams, right? So hyphen I is used for inserting. And when we use that hyphen I, after performing all the tests. By using the commands over here, what I have used, it will not make any change in the file. Only output it will display that what change it is going to do. Now, if you sure you want that change in the file, then you have to use an option -I, which stands for insert. So this change will be inserted into your file. And the best thing is you can first check it out by testing. If you are sure you want to make that change, then only you can use -I. Otherwise, you cannot use -I. That's the beauty of using sed command, right? And still, there are many benefits what we can do, right, using sed command. To explain this sed command, I have created one script, right, and which I have just downloaded into this OPT folder. Here it is. Let me go into this sed directory. See, whatever I'm trying to explain you using this sed command, each and every command I'm going to run is available in this particular uh, files over here, right, within your manual. To print a file, every command, whatever I'm going to run, each and every command is mentioned in this manual, right, with output. Okay, see here I'm going to use this file employee.txt, which contains some random names with some numbers and all that thing. Suppose this is the list of employees. And I'm also going to use this second file employee2.txt with some empty lines, right? And we have the script set.sh, which we are going to use, which is not having any execute permission. Let me apply execute permission. See, I have created this script to explain you sed command well. So let me go for sed.sh. See, first it is telling to print or read the file. Just now we have understood. To print the file, you can use sedp, but each line will be repeated twice. By default, that is the behavior of sed command. So if you don't want to see the output twice, then you can say sed-n, where it will suppress unnecessary duplicate entries. Then to search a particular string, that's also I have shown you. Within a file, if you want to search anything, then you can say sed-n in / whatever word you are looking for, followed by p. If you are looking for multiple expressions, then you can say -e first word print, then -e second word print. So within the file, wherever the word Jane and Stuart is there, it is searching and printing them. Then suppose I want to keep all sed commands I want to run within a file. I want it to read the file, take input from the file, and perform the tasks for me. So you can create one file. Like here, I have created one file with the name mycom.sed. See, whatever name you like, you can keep it. This extension has nothing to do with sed, right? So in this file, I have kept two commands. Search for Jane, print it. Search for Stuart, print it. So I want sed command to read this file. Whatever is mentioned, do it in the other file. So same like grep. See, even in grep, you can take input from the file I have showed you. Same way here also you can say sed-n, no duplicate entry, take input from the file. Which file? mycom.scd. Whatever is mentioned, do it with regards to this file. So it is searching for two words, Jane and Stuart, in employee.txt. So wherever the word Jane and Stuart is mentioned, it is searching that for you. To print only second line. See, suppose I have a file. In that file, I just want to see second line instead of seeing the whole file. So you can say sed-n to p, show me only second line of which file, employee.txt. So it will only show you exactly the second line in that file. Maybe I want to see from line number 1 to 4. Now this is very fantastic option, guys, if you are looking to search a specific line numbers in a file. So you see here the range, normally when we say range, we will use either hyphen or we will use dot dots. But you will be surprised over here that in sed command, the range is represented by comma. So I'll say sed hyphen n, show me from line number 1 to line number 4 and print it. So it is showing me from line number 1 to line number 4. Now let me take you back to our yesterday's class where we have learned grep command. And Kishore asked me this question that can't we do it with a single command? So yesterday there was no single command. Today I'll show you that single command. So if you remember, uh, I used this command cat hyphen n etc password. So it is showing me many lines. Here I would like to see from line number uh, 20 to 25. So I used a logic here. I told show me top 25 lines, right? From that top 25 lines, I told show me bottom 6 lines, right? So this is the logic what I have used yesterday. Now, today, we know how to deal with sed command. So why not to use sed command today? See, maybe I can say sed hyphen n, no duplicate entries. And here I'll say show me from line number 20 to 25, right? And print it. See guys, the same result did I got with sed command. I don't even need cat command also, but just to print line numbers, I have used that cat command. Same result I'm getting with sed command, right? So you remember I told you the concept of trigonometry. That same solution you will get, but through different approaches. So here also it is, I'm getting the same result either by using head and tail or a very simple sed command, right? So this is the way how we can use this sed command to read specific line numbers in a file. Same way, you can also read from line number 3 till last line. See, again in yesterday's class, I told you that cap represent beginning of the file or beginning of the line, or dollar represent ending of the line or ending of the file. Same concept I can use here. I can say print from line number 3. See, I'm telling sed no duplicate entry. Start from line number 3 and continue till dollar, comma dollar. Dollar means last line. So it will start from 3, but it will continue printing till last line. And what is the last line? 107 is the last line. Started from third line and continued printing till seventh line, right? Then to print only odd numbers. Odd numbers means 1, 3, 5, 7, like that. See here the logic what I'm applying is I'm telling sed no duplicate entry, print line number 1 and next second line, that means 1 plus 2, whatever number will come. So 1 plus 2, so first it will print 1 plus 2 3 plus 2 5 plus 2 7. So 1 3 5 7 9, like that it will do. Acha, if you want to see even number in this case, let me take you to OPT. sed. Right here I also have employee.txt. I want to see even numbers, not odd numbers. So I can say sed minus n, start with second line and show next second line after that. That means 2 plus 2. And I'll say print it. From which file? From employee.txt. So you see it is showing second, then fourth, then sixth, like that it will be showing us, right? Then to print the lines starting from first match of JSON till fourth line. See here what I want to do, let me explain the scenario. In my file, there is a word JSON. So I want to search that line and I want to print it. But I don't want to stop from JSON. I want to continue printing till fourth line. Now you understood here that I don't know JSON will come in which line. If JSON is coming in first line, I want it to print the first line, then continue till fourth line. That is first, second, third, fourth. If JSON is coming in second line, I want to print second, third, fourth. I want to continue till fourth line. So I don't know where is JSON. If JSON is coming in third line, I want it to print third and fourth line. If JSON is coming in fourth line, then only print the fourth line. So you see when I say sed minus n, search for the word JSON and continue till fourth line. So I'm not telling search JSON from JSON fourth line. No, I'm telling search for the word JSON and print till fourth line. So if JSON is coming in second line, you see it is printing second, third, and fourth. If JSON would have come in third line, then it would have printed only third and fourth line. If JSON is coming in fourth line, it will only print fourth line. Like that it will go. To print the line starting from Raj till last line. See, I want to search a word Raj and I want to continue printing till last line. Now I don't know Raj is coming on which line. If Raj comes in first line, first to last. If Raj comes on third line, third to last. If Raj coming in fifth line, fifth to last, like that. And last always is represented by dollar. So I'll say sed hyphen n, search for the word Raj and continue till last line, right? And I'm telling printed. So you see it is searching Raj. Raj came in third line and it continue printing till seventh line, third to last, like that it is going. Then to print the line starting with matching of Raj until the last, until Jane, I'm sorry. See what I want to do here is I want to search two things. First I want to search Raj, then I want to search Jane. Between Raj and Jane, how many lines are there? All of them I want to see, right? So I can do like this. I can say sed hyphen n, search for the word range Raj and continue till Jane. See, to search anything we will use forward slash. So first I'm looking for Raj, comma, and continue till I found Jane. So between Raj and Jane, how many lines are there? I want to print that. So it started with Raj Reddy that came on 103 and it continued till Jane Miller which came on 105. So this is the way how you can search two strings and between them whatever is there you can print it. Now to use D to delete lines from the output. Now you have to understand that D is only making the changes in output. It is not updated into your file. And as I've showed you, if you really wanted to make that change in your file, then you have to use hyphen I. If you use hyphen I, then the change will be inserted and the lines will be deleted. But here only output is getting modified. Suppose I want to delete second line from my file. So how can I do that? To delete only second line from the file. See guys, to print you have used P. To delete you have to use D. 2P for printing second line, so 2D for deleting second line. You see 101, 103, 104, 105. Line number 102 is deleted. Same way, if you want to delete range of line from 1 to 4, then you have to give a range by using comma. You have to say sed command delete from line number 1 comma 4. That means from 1 to 4 you delete it. So you see 1 to 4 is deleted, 5, 6, 7, only 3 lines are remaining. If you want to delete second till the last line, so you have to use dollar. You have to say start deleting from second line and continue till last. So it is going to delete from second line till last line. To delete the lines that are matching the pattern called manager. See what I want to do in my file, wherever the word manager is there, those lines I would like to delete. So you can say, see, IT manager, sales manager, HR manager. These are the things which I want to delete, right? So I can say sed search for the word manager. Wherever you find the word, delete that line. So you see IT manager gone, sales manager gone, HR manager gone. 102, 105, 106. Three lines that were containing manager got deleted. Then suppose you want to delete the lines that matches the pattern called JSON and you want to delete till fourth line. So I don't know JSON comes in with line. I want to search JSON and subsequent 4 lines. So you see JSON is coming in line number 2. So you see it started with 2 and it continued till next to fourth line. Next 4 lines means 1, 2, 3, 4. So it deleted 104, 105, 106 also from third line. To search a word Raj and delete till last line. See, you know, last means dollar. So I'll say search for the word Raj and from there continue deleting this till last. So Raj came in third line. From third, it continued deleting till last line as you have mentioned dollar, right? Okay. To delete all empty lines. See, I have a file here, employee2.txt. Now in this file, you see after each line, there is an empty line. So suppose I want to search all empty lines and delete it. So I hope you remember yesterday's class where we talk about empty lines. Same concept we are going to use here. See, I'll say sed command, search for the lines with cap and dollar. That means starting and ending with nothing, and delete those lines. So wherever there is an empty line, delete it. So you see after each line there was an empty line, it has been deleted. And if you want to apply this change into the file, anytime you want to insert the change, you can use -i. Then whatever change you have done will be inserted into that file. Okay, now usage of W. This is also wonderful. Okay, is there any question? It's not a new editor, it is a stream editor, right? A particular string you can search and edit, not the full editor. Full editor means it should allow you to make the changes, go line number, these and that. With script, if you want to edit a part of the file, sed command is useful. So it is one of the type of editor, not a new editor. Sed is very old command, very old command. Okay, now this is real beauty. You see, you can use sed command to take a part of file and create a new file with that. You remember we learned this thing called capturing the output. So I showed you that how you can capture the output of a file and create a new file. But here we can do brilliantly more than capturing the output. For example, see, there is a file called employee.txt. By using the content of this file, I want to copy the whole file and I want to create a new file here called output.txt. So you see in my current location in the sed folder, there is no file with the name output.txt. But when I ask sed command to write the whole file with new name, then you see how it captures the data from other file and create a new file or overwrite existing file. Overwriting can also be done, so be careful whatever name you are using is not used already. So you see, I'll use this command. I'll say sed write the data in a file output.txt. So in the current folder, come on Kishore, I have told you that that script I have created for explanation, it won't be available in your systems, right? How can you expect that to be there with you? I have created to explain you this thing. It won't be available in every system. You have PDF, so you have to run PDF. You have to keep PDF aside and check the command, type it manually. If you also run the script and see the output, how will you learn? See, as typing command and showing you output will be very lengthy, I created the script and I'm explaining you through it. But you have to do practicals manually. You won't be getting the script. Okay, so I was telling you that said, I'm telling write the data to a file output.txt, and from which file you want to take it, I'll say take input from employee.txt. That means I'm trying to tell whatever data is there in employee.txt, copy that content and create a new file output.txt. You see, when I showed you in said folder, there was no output.txt. But when the command got executed, you will find here that there is a file created output.txt. What does it contains? It contains nothing but the data what you have copied from that file. Now here comes the beauty. Suppose I don't want to copy the whole content of employee.txt. Employee.txt contains 7 lines. So maybe I want to copy just one line or maybe a range of lines. So how can I ask sed command to copy specific lines? This is the real beauty of sed command, that you can copy only those important lines which are needed for you. For example, I'll say sed command just write second line to which file output.txt, from which file employee.txt. See, already output.txt was available here, so it will now get overwritten. So I told just copy second line. You see it has only copy second line, right? I'm showing you the live effect of the command. As the command got executed, you see in output.txt only second line is copied. Maybe I want to copy a range of lines. Maybe I want to copy from what I can say 1 to 4 line. Then what you can do, you can say sed from 1 to 4 line you write in which file output.txt, from which file employee.txt, right? Now if I say cat employee.txt, why it is not writing specific line numbers. Mm, 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 mm. Where is the mistake I'm doing? Okay, One second, guys. I don't know where is the mistake I'm doing. Okay. If the same way I want to copy only a range of line, maybe 1 to 4. Why this is not working? It is working. I'm so sorry. So you see, I just ask it to copy from line number 1 to 4 into this file. So you see line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, line number 4. So specific line numbers from there I'm able to copy into this particular file. A range of lines or something like that I can copy. Now the last option, substitute. See, we have seen that in the beginning of the set command only, how to search and replace a particular word. For example, in this file, wherever the word manager is there, I want to change it with other word director. So you see I have IT manager Jason Smith, sales manager Jane Miller, or I have HR manager Stuart Grant. So what I want to do is, wherever this word manager is there, I want to search and replace it with another word director. So I can say sed substitute in place of manager a new word director. Or you can say search a word manager and change it with director. So wherever the word manager is there, you see it has been replaced by another word called director, right? Or maybe you wanted to replace the word manager with director, but only that line which contains the word sales. So suppose I'm targeting sales manager. Wherever the word sales is coming, in that line, I want to change the word manager to director. I don't want to replace all manager. I don't want to change IT manager or HR manager. I want to change only sales manager. Yes, Kishore, you have to create same file accordingly and you can do it. See, in the PDF, I have mentioned all those required things that you need. So you see, I'm telling you that I'm going to use this file. So just follow this example, create a file and do each and every example what is mentioned in your manual. You can just keep it side by side and do the practice. Okay, so where we were, right. I would like to change sales director with a new word, sales manager. So I need to tell that, oops, search for sales manager and change it with that. I'm sorry, by mistake, I hit enter and it went ahead. Just give me a moment, I'll explain you here. See, I have this file employee.txt. So here I'm targeting sales manager and I want to substitute it. So I'll say sed search for a word sales, and in this line, if you find, in this line I'm telling search for word a word manager and replace it with another word called director, right? Now let me hit enter. Oh, from which file? Employee.txt. So you see it has not disturbed IT manager, it has not disturbed HR manager. First of all, it found the word sales. In this line, it looked for the word manager, which has been now changed into director. So I'm telling sed command, first of all, search a line with a keyword sales. In this line, search a word manager and change it with director. Now, suppose you wanted to change the output first occurrence. For example, Here I'm using echo command and I'm printing two words, apple and ant. See, in this, the first occurrence of A, I want to change it with capital A. So I'm telling sed command, search for an expression, search over here, small a, and change it to capital A. So guys, in this scenario, only apple small a is being changed to capital A. So it is only targeting first appearance, first occurrence of that output. If you are interested only to change second occurrence, I don't want to change apples A, I want to change ants A. So you can say sed search for small a, replace with capital A, but if you find it only on second occurrence. So that means ants A has been changed. Apples A is still small. Lastly, if you want to make all, wherever small a is found, you want to change with capital A. So you can say sed hyphen E, search for small a, change with capital A globally. Wherever you find this particular thing, change it. Now the last and very interesting thing, see, I want to search a word John and I want to replace with another word Johnny in the file employee.txt. So I'm telling sed command, search for the word John and change it with Johnny. Command is executed, but you see still John has not been changed. The reason, if you observe here, is the John is starting with capital J and the John I have mentioned is small j. So there is case sensitivity. That means I have searched for small j for John and actually John was starting with capital J. So I want to remove that case sensitivity. So how can I do that? See, you can say sed search for the word John replace with Johnny and slash I. Slash I means case insensitive, same like grep hyphen I. So here you see it has now successfully replaced John with Johnny because I have mentioned to disable the case sensitivity, right? So this is the way how we can use set command. There are still more examples in your file which you can follow. I would like to show you one real case where we can use this within our scripts. See, there are many configuration file where you can target this. I would like to take SSH configuration file. For example, there is an SSH configuration file which is kept in etc SSH and SSHD config. This is the main SSH config. Now, I would not recommend you to directly edit this file. So the best thing what we can do is we can copy this file into some other location and we can do our experiments. So I'll say copy the file etc ssh and sshd config at location tmp, right? So what I'm doing, I'm copying this main config file into tmp so that I can do my experiments over there. Main file will not be affected. So what I did, I copied in tmp a file called sshd config. Now let me show you a few things. Suppose I am searching for a word here. Let me say we can search it through sed. So I'm going with sed command. Let me search for a word called um, use DNS. And if you find it, I'm telling print it. From which file? From tmp sshd config. So you see in SSH configuration, there is a keyword use DNS equals to yes. But you see this line is commented. Maybe what I want to do here is I want to uncomment that line. Throw sed. I don't want to go with VI editor, search that line, delete hash, then save and quit. Throw sed command in a file. I want to uncomment a line. So how can we do that? See, only sed is helpful in this scenario if you are dealing with a script. Maybe you want this option to be activated. Now this can be any configuration file, whichever we are dealing with scripting. But how can I tell my script to search that thing and uncomment it? So you see, I'll use an option here, sed. See, I want to search and replace something, right? So I'll say sed command search for a line. Which line? The line should be use DNS. In this line, if you find this line, then I'll say search for the word hash and I'll say replace it with nothing. So in place of hash, you are making it empty. I'm telling in place of hash, you nullify it. If you don't type anything, what to replace it with, then it is going to nullify it, right? The output will go very big. If I say tmp sshd config, see output is very big. Now from the change, see earlier the scenario was like this, but after you run the command, maybe I'll say grep for the word use DNS. So you see what happened. Earlier there was a hash before the line, but after I say sed search for this line, and in this line in place of hash you put nothing, that means remove the hash kind of thing. So you see it removed that thing for you, right? And you see that line got uncommented. So this is the way you can search few lines and you can uncomment or comment it, right? Or even interesting, suppose I have this thing sed minus n. There is one more parameter which we normally changes in SSH for security reason sometimes. What is that? Let me just recollect it. uh, Password authentication, something is there. So I want to search that word and print it. uh, from which file? tmp sshd config. Okay, fantastic. So you see here there are many lines that contains that thing, password authentication, password authentication. See, this is the line which I have to target. Suppose what I want to do is I want to say password authentication should be no, right? So how can I search that particular line and make that yes to no? Same thing what we did just now. But if you see here, when I say search for this line password, it is bringing many output. So I'm not interested in first line, second line, or fourth line, or fifth line. I am interested only the line that is starting with a word password authentication. So again, if I take you back to grep command, see, I told you in grep command that you can target few lines which is starting with something. So you can use cap. So I'm telling sed command display those lines that is starting with password. So you see I have narrowed my search and here it is showing me only one line, password authentication equals to yes. Now here I want to make my change. See, I would like to say if you find this line, then what to do? I'll say substitute or search yes and change it with no. In which file? tmp.ssh config. See, again the output will be very big. I don't want to use hyphen n. Output is very big. See, first of all, when I searched it, this was the result. Now after running this, let me use grep and say show me only the line that is starting with the word password. So you see what happened? Earlier password authentication was yes, but now I made it no. Now suppose you want to insert this change. You are quite sure about that this change is needed in your file. So what you can do? You can use -i. See, when I say -i, the change will be inserted into your file. Now maybe I'll say grep the line which is starting with a word password. In which file? tmp sshd config. Maybe I'll say grep -i password. Sorry, my mistake. Fine. So you see the change is actually inserted. Okay, maybe two lines if you want to edit. I'm so sorry, little confusing I'm making it, but these are needed. Suppose I have a search use DNS in tmp sshd config. See here, I want to insert two changes. First of all, I want to uncomment it and I want to make use DNS no. Two things I want to do with this sed command. So I'll say sed command search a line that contains the word use DNS. In this, if you find hash, first of all, replace with nothing. But you see, I am doing two things here, not one thing. So I have to use first expression. I'm telling use this, substitute that hash with nothing. Then in second, I'll say substitute in place of yes, another word no, right? In which file? In tmp sshd config. Output will be very big. So you see, first of all, this was the scenario. But after running this command, if I say grep-i use DNS, you see what happened. First of all, it has removed hash from here, and that yes has been replaced by no. So right now, it is only done in the output. Really, in your file, this change has not been appended. Now, if you really want to make this change, then you have to use -i at the beginning. So this change will be inserted now. So you see that hash mark has been removed and that yes has been replaced by no. So wherever in your scripts, if you want to change certain parameters in the configuration file within the script, you can't use any normal editor like cat command or maybe vim nano. You can't use them. Within the script, if you want to edit a file, small parameter, commenting, uncommenting, or making certain change in specific line, you can only and only do it through this thing, right? Like if you remember, SE Linux configuration is there. If I say cat etc SE Linux config. Now suppose I want to change here enforcing to permissive. Now this is your homework. I want you to change this parameter using sed command. Simple trick is there. You have to search this line se linux equals to, which is starting with that. And here search for enforcing and change it with something else, right? Maybe I want to replace that to this. So whatever it might be, you can make that changes, whatever configuration changes you like using this set command. So guys, it is really a very lengthy concept. I will not proceed here with this. I would request you to keep the manual at side, see each example there, run it and see the result, right? And confusions are there, rewatch the video. So I'll be stopping here guys. I want you to do some work, then come up with doubts. So let me stop here only guys. Thank you very much.